Sean is sweet as fire. Ron is sweet as fire. All this drip is fire. Fire. Sean is sweet as fire. Ron is sweet as fire. All this drip is fire. Fire.
What's up, Josh?
What's going on, dude?
How we doing?
Not bad, not bad.
I could finally unmute old Footsky over here.
See what he's up to here in the
He's
gym.
at the fucking gym. Can you hear me, Josh? Foot?
Yeah, I fucking hear you, yeah.
We had to turn you down for a minute for the intro.
That makes sense, I'm sure.
All right.
You're going to have to excuse Foot. He is working out right now.
Yeah, he's got priorities, I guess.
It is the most important thing in his life.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to be like WC
Understandable.
used to be. Like WC circa 2016.
I don't think you'll ever get that
Yeah,
big.
you could never do that, Foot.
Well, I mean, if I got some of the sauce like you had, I mean, I'd be golden.
You're not allowed to.
Yeah, you're not allowed to.
Yeah, that is true.
Yep. Who told you can't?
But I will say this, the funniest thing your girlfriend has ever said is when she said that she preferred you on the sauce. But she told Val she's not advocating for it.
Dude, we never even hung out when I was doing that. I spent my entire time in the gym. Like, we only saw each other twice a week, so I don't know what that means. If she's giving me a hint.
I don't know.
Where were you weighing in at?
Yeah, because you were still a client of hers, right? At the time?
Yeah. I maxed
So
out
let's
at
see.
255.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
For what?
Josh
Your
asked
weight?
my max weight, yeah.
Oh, okay.
What are you now for
You're a
reference?
beast, dude.
Right now I'm 205. I'm a fat 205.
You look slim. What are you talking about?
You're
And
an
then,
animal.
and then when I cut weight, I was down to 225, and I was at like 11% body fat.
Hmm.
I wanted to come in at a shredded 205.
I
That was
gotcha.
my goal for stage, but life happens.
Hey, Foot, stop clanging those weights around.
What's that?
I'm going to put the lunk alarm on if you keep slamming those weights.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get Sustin over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. We don't want to do it, but we will.
Hey, gotta do it, man.
Gotta
I
do what
haven't
we gotta
talked to
do.
him.
You haven't?
No, not since he left.
Oh, wow. I wonder what he's up to.
I don't know. I really should shoot him a text to see how he's been.
He's probably
like
on
this?
death's door.
That's story.
He seems like one of those guys that was so dedicated to his job that, like, once he got fired, he's probably got a gun in his mouth. Like, I have nothing left. I still have 12 payments left on my used Kia Rio or whatever the fuck he drove. Honda Accent. Honda Accord. Oh, look at that.
Something like that, yeah.
You were pretty close, John.
I was close.
Honda accent. Yeah.
He was all about it. But
Pretty soon you'll see him. He looks like he'd be like a T-Mobile guy next, with a super tight ass shirt, selling cell phones.
Yep. Painted on jeans.
I could actually see him doing like real estate.
Yeah, I could see that too. He's got that jawline.
You know.
Yeah.
But,
You see him on like one of those yard
yeah,
signs.
honestly, though,
for
doing
Hannah
that
Howard or
job.
whatever. Or Howard Hanna, whatever the name is.
Oh, Smythe Kramer.
Yeah, Smythe Kramer.
Oh, here's a 90 by 60. We can just upload a photo.
Ooh.
How much is 90 inches?
80 feet.
What?
I'm fucking with you. I don't know. 90 inches?
What is that, 9 feet? 8 foot?
Yeah.
No.
8 feet?
It's got to be
7?
like 8 foot. Let me pull up a calculator.
Close to 7? 7's what, 84?
Oh my god.
We're so bad at math. This is why you didn't get that credit to finish your fucking degree.
See, I told you I'm not good at math. So that's 7.5 foot by 60. What is that?
That
5
was
foot?
really close.
That's not big enough. Do you think a 7 foot tapestry will work?
How long is this table?
8 foot? 9 foot?
You think that'll work?
It'll cover up my side. Yeah, I guess.
We can get 2 of them. Just hang one behind me.
All right. We're trying to get this, get a nice background here. Josh doesn't like the clothes rack in the background.
I actually like the clothes rack. I don't like the skateboards.
Dude, I purposely angle the cameras to put the skateboards in there. What do you mean?
I'm just fucking with you. I actually like your skateboards.
Asshole.
Sorry.
Don't let him rally you, buddy.
This fucking guy. Speaking of getting rallied,
Yeah.
let's segue into this thing.
Just jump right into it.
Let's
head
talk about
first.
this abortion of a game that I watched on Sunday.
Yep.
The Saints versus Chicago.
That was a terrible game. So boring.
Terrible game.
And then on top of that, to make it even worse, it was on Nickelodeon.
I actually like the slimes.
And I didn't even know it was on a different channel until like the 2 minutes left in the fourth. Then they tell me it's on CBS, and the whole time Foot's over here watching on Nickelodeon, and I got to listen to young Sheldon tell me what the fucking red zone is. Like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I know what the red zone is.
Some people need that.
And then you got these fucking kids who would have no idea who these fucking players are. They're telling me they got this MVP trophy that you could tell was already fucking dropped. If you pull up the picture of it, you could see that it got dropped, and then they super glued the slime back on. So they're doing this fucking voting, and you're going to give it to a guy that you call Mick Trubisky. You can't even fucking pronounce his name right. You got a 14-year-old in the booth with Nate Burleson, who's never fucking called a game before. And then you got some other white guy sitting on the other side, and all they're talking about is how they can't wait to slime Sean Payton. That selfish fuck. He couldn't even give Kamara his 8 touchdowns on Christmas Day.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Dude, I couldn't.
I thought. I
What
know
a
you didn't
fucking
like it,
joke.
but, like, I thought if you're a kid, that would probably be cool to watch.
Yeah, because I want to see SpongeBob in the fucking field goal net.
I'm talking about like somebody my kid's age. You know what I mean? But
We
other
didn't
than
have
that,
that shit when
there
we were
wasn't much-
kids, and we like football.
There wasn't much use for it. It was dumb. You're right.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if kids aren't interested, don't cater it to kids. Cater it to your target audience. You know what I'm saying?
You know, but I saw a report. I saw something on Twitter this morning that said it was like Nickelodeon's like highest viewed show all year. It did like
Oh, yeah.
crazy numbers or something.
It did pull crazy numbers.
So you're gonna see that more probably.
And I saw people were raving about it. And there was rumors they were going to, like, do an internet stream of one game this coming season, like on YouTube or something, to make it more internationally accessible.
They're trying to do all sorts of different like avenues. Like they had the Amazon Prime game a couple weeks ago.
Well, those are good.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
all the Thursday night games were on Amazon Prime, which
I
was
like
nice
that.
because I never had
Yeah.
cable. But I get Prime for free, you know?
But I think in the next few years you're gonna see the NFL try to fuck around and do more stuff like that.
Yeah. It seemed so gimmicky that it just ruined the game for me. I mean, not that it was a good game anyway,
Yeah,
so
it
it
Right.
didn't really hurt. If it was like if they did that to the Browns game, I'd be even more pissed because that was a good ass game.
We wouldn't be watching it on that if it was the Browns. I'm
Wow.
gonna be honest with you. I know I wanted to see what it looked like, and then because it was the game that no one gave a shit about, that's why we did. So that's probably why they did it too.
Probably.
You know.
Yeah. But we're gonna get a
Anyway.
sweet tapestry here behind us, and a neon light.
Yeah, we need a neon light too. This one says New York City.
We get one that says "Believe." I like that one.
Let's just get a black one,
All right. Yeah. It's
like just
it's
to make it a
simple.
clean look.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
Oh, look at this, a mini bike.
Ooh. Dude, you need that.
So we're not.
I do need one of these.
Instead of getting that trigger, get that.
What's the motor on this? 200 cc. That thing blows. It's probably a 5-horse piece of shit.
It's
Dude,
like a lawnmower engine.
That's not even a lawnmower motor. I could go on the marketplace right now. I'll find one of these for $100. That's all beat to shit. I'll throw a $100 Harbor Freight motor on there, and that thing will do 40 right out of the box. That's how I built those ones in the garage.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
I bought that little red one off of the marketplace. I think I paid $1.50. I pulled the motor off, and then I bought that 7-horse Predator motor. I popped that on and a small ass sprocket. It'll top out at like 25, 30.
Nice.
It's scary because it's got those tiny ass donut wheels on it.
Shit. You want to talk about how your sights and your gun are all fucked up?
I don't want
Nice
to get
slant
started
to
about that.
the front post. It's very good.
Well, the gun's fine. It's the manufacturer of the optics.
Yeah.
Fucking Chris. Should just put Magpul pop-ups and it would be fine.
Yep. Or Knight's Armament.
I never heard of them. That's what we
Not
started
to
off
change
with.
the subject, but
Yep.
did you ever tally up and see what our records were?
No,
the,
but I could do it right now.
Yeah,
I
it's a
think
good
me and
idea.
Josh tied, and you won because that Browns game.
Because the Browns game.
Yeah, so let's see here. There you got 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 5 out of 6, Foot.
Not bad,
shit.
dude.
You lost the Seattle game.
We all lost the Seattle game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
so I won that game. So I'm at 1-0. Right now it's 2-1. We both lost that 2-1, 3-1. Oh, I beat Josh 3-2.
Oh, I gotta buy.
Did
Yeah,
Damn it.
Josh has got to
Alright,
buy because
so-
he picked Chicago to beat New Orleans.
I
He
have
had
him in my pool.
He had him in the pool.
I didn't want to bet against myself.
'Cause I asked him
I
about
have
that
Baltimore in the pool and I still bet against him. I can't stand that fucking guy.
too. Dude, I saw a stat like the Ravens Titans apparently in the playoffs. The road team is like 4-0 now 5-0. So I picked them.
Oh really?
When are we going for
I feel
breakfast?
like they wanted revenge from last year when Tennessee bounced them.
Well, last 2 years.
Yeah.
That's why I figured it'd be a shoe-in for him. But Tannehill
Defense is just
didn't
defense is
perform.
just terrible.
I wouldn't say it was
But, you know,
terrible, but it didn't live up
we
to how it was doing.
we carved them up, and I was like,
Yeah.
Mark Jackson is gonna carve them up. We did.
Wow, he's got
Oh,
those
yeah.
legs, man. I'm just waiting for him to get laid out.
Oh, I think everyone is.
Dude, they need to start hitting those quarterbacks except for Tom Brady.
Dude, I don't know about you, man, but Aaron Rodgers gonna make the throws Tom Brady does.
That's true. He cannot.
That's true.
Look how
That
Tom
man's
Brady throws to
43
these
years
wide
old.
open receivers 10 yards away with unlimited time in the pocket.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers can't make those throws.
Let me see here.
I love it.
What are you looking up there, Johnny?
I found something. I found a video the other day, and I forgot about it. I want to bring it up. It was a PSA about domestic violence,
Yeah.
but they never.
I don't know why we both laughed at domestic violence.
Well, because you know
What
where
does
I'm
that say
going.
about our character?
Not that I'm advocating it, but it. So they banned him from. Maybe this is it. Here it is. So they banned him from the airwaves because they were too realistic or visual.
Oh,
Here, I'll just show you
Yeah.
this. This is
Yeah.
this is an old thing. I
hey,
just
JB, pull that up.
I just pulled it across. Let me turn the TV up and then I'll switch the screen so people can watch it.
Alright.
So I'm gonna see
What
if
are you
I'm.
checking out?
So I'm telling Josh, there's this PSA that Canada did. They did a couple of them on domestic violence, and then the government
Yeah.
ultimately decided not to use them because they were a little too realistic, I guess.
Mhm.
But you'll still laugh if you're listening because it's fucking hilarious. Makes me switch the cameras here.
Do-do-do.
Display.
Here we go.
Oh no,
No, that's not it. Ah, you messed it up.
I switched yours. Nope,
Nope, but there you are.
I'm fucking up. Over here.
Double vision.
You all right?
Ooh, I'm back.
This is the display
You
I
done?
want to use. Okay.
Are you done?
No, we're not done, Foot. We're still in the middle of this.
All right, so watch this.
She spilled my coffee.
I'm sorry, sir.
You fucking bitch. I'll bring you the coffee. How do you like that? You wouldn't get away with it here. You shouldn't get away with it at home.
So basically the whole basis of it is if you wouldn't beat a woman in public, don't do it at home, which is a good premise because it makes you sound out to be kind of a bitch if you're a woman beater. but it's just so over the top. This lady, the dude's at a Denny's, and the server spills his coffee, and so he just pours it on her tits and then beats her over the face with the carafe. Dude, I'll send you the link to it. I think here's
All right.
But what if he would do it in public? Does he get a pass for doing it at home?
I don't think they thought that far into it.
These are the questions you gotta ask.
This might be the other one.
Oh,
Let me turn it down a little
we
bit.
have to edit that out. Oh, that too.
Ah, no, that wasn't it.
I needed both of them.
Oh, you did?
What was that, John?
I don't know. That wasn't a good one.
That dude was giving
But this one's still the best one.
that look. Oh
I wonder
man.
if he posted any more. No. But yeah, like look at like he kind of chuckles. He's like, this bitch spilled my coffee. Like he's got that look on his face, like he's kind of chuckling, like he knows what's about to happen. And then you see his kids put their face down, like, oh boy, I know what's gonna happen now.
He's gonna beat mom. I like how no one helps her. He sits right back
It's
down.
so terrible.
Hey, that guy looks like that guy from Twister and Saw. You remember?
No, never saw it.
Carrie. He was in Liar Liar. He was the dad. His name was Carrie Ells or something
you
like
get
that.
Oh, it's so terrible.
He looks just like that guy.
But yeah,
Yeah, dude, that's
I came across that over the weekend.
that's
Interesting.
incredible, dude.
It's terrible, but it's just
Yeah,
that the acting
it
is
is
just so bad in it. It makes it funny.
Yeah, it is
Again,
absolutely
not that I'm
terrible.
advocating for it, but
It's just bad acting.
Me either.
yeah.
But it is just, it really is over the top.
Honestly, though, you know what? It's probably the point, though. They probably like purposely make it bad acting so they get more views because people are like, all right, check out this dumbass, you know?
That's true.
Yeah.
I think it was 3. I'll check.
You know, sometimes they just don't feel safe at home.
Mm-hmm. How about the Browns, though, Foot?
Dude, I mean, is that not the most fun you've had watching a game probably ever?
Oh, it is.
Well, not ever, but for a Browns game.
But you know what's great, Foot? I have a great video of you yelling about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he was pissed off when
Yes.
he started playing prevent defense.
Yeah. I'll send it to you,
You
buddy.
took a video of me?
Yes.
Yeah, you were not happy. I was going to switch spots with Dirk there for a minute.
The video I got of you is kind of funny because it cuts out most of your rant and just gives the last little bit, and it's really funny because you could use it for
How come
anything.
you wait until now to tell me about that?
Because we're on the air.
Yeah.
I know, but you should have showed me that earlier, too.
I actually kind of forgot about it a little bit too because we won the game. But the part
It
that
wouldn't
I
have been
have,
as funny if we
yeah,
lost.
the part that I have, you could literally use it for anything though.
Really?
Yeah, like you could be mad about anything. It's the funniest part. I'll send it to you. I won't post it, but I'll send it to you.
Please do.
You'll like it.
We do need to get, maybe we'll put it in that soundboard that I'm building.
Yeah, dude, definitely get
We need
soundboard.
we need like a button thing
Yeah.
that I can press.
Yeah.
I like it. Dude, we could do prank calls.
I mean, I could still do it through the phone, but it's not as fun.
Yeah, it's not. Doesn't feel right.
Nah, it doesn't feel the same.
No.
Let's see.
This pandemic. The pandemic is that the president has no intercourse whatsoever with the rest of the world on dealing with pandemics. The pandemic is that the president has no intercourse whatsoever with the rest of the world on dealing with these things. When
That's all Sleepy Joe.
Oh, Sleepy Joe. Corn Pop is a bad dude.
You think we could get Foot to laugh so hard that he drops the weight at himself?
Yeah. Did you?
Merry
talk to them?
Christmas.
How was it?
What are you
Oh,
talking
since you
about,
bent
Foot?
over?
I'm Jerry
You talking
Callow.
So heavy as fuck, though.
C-A-L-L-O. I don't know no snakes.
From a tree house?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Foot, are you paying attention?
Yeah.
What's that, buddy?
Are you paying attention over there?
Yeah.
You racking the weights?
No, I just.
Get this through your head, you Jew motherfucker, you. You only exist out here because of me.
Sorry, man.
What is that over music?
There's a fucking ad popped up.
Debating if I should
It was
lower
very
the weight or
intense.
not.
It
It
was
was
kind of matching
intense.
the dialogue. I
That's
liked it.
Raid Shadow Legends. Maybe if I say it, they'll
Maybe.
sponsor the podcast.
Maybe. Ooh. Come on, guys. Don't hold out on us.
All right, let's see. What are you thinking for this weekend, Josh? Do you think the Browns are going to pull it off against the Chiefs?
Dude, I hope so. I really do. Not only because I don't want to see Mahomes get any more rings. No, I'm just kidding. I actually like him.
I like Mahomes.
But,
I like that whole Chiefs team. I like,
yeah, they're a great team.
what's his nuts? Cheeseburger Man?
The other guy,
The
Eddie
coach.
Lacy.
Well, I loved Eddie
Andy
Lacy.
Reid?
Yeah, Andy Reid. Thank you. I loved Eddie Lacy, though. I liked him when he was in Green Bay.
Yeah.
I liked him when he was in
bad.
Bama.
All good stuff, buddy boy.
That guy was so fat.
Well, he was a great back, and he just let himself go. He was still good when he was fat.
It's true.
I know, it was crazy. Yeah, he was like in and out of the league in like 4 years, 3 years.
What you got there?
Oh,
Best
man.
backs?
Yeah, I was having this argument with a guy the other day. Best backfield in college history.
Oh, did you see? Oh, what were you gonna say?
You talking to me?
Yeah. What was the best? What was your best backfield?
Well, I thought it was between Georgia when they had
Chubb, Michelle,
yeah, they had Chubb, Michelle, and the dude who was on the Rams. Now he's in
Todd
Atlanta.
Gurley.
Todd Gurley.
Yeah.
And then you had like Alabama in 2010 when they had Ingram, Richardson, Eddie Lacy.
Dude,
And then later on they
one-
had Mark Henry in them.
I saw. I don't remember how many guys it was, but dude, it was 2013. I think Alabama. They had. I didn't even know they had these guys. They had T.J. Yeldon,
Yes, that's
They
the
had
team I'm talking
Alvin-
about. They had-
Alvin Kamara,
Yep.
Derrick Henry, and I think Kamara transferred to Tennessee. Kenyon Drake.
Let's see here. I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah, pull that up, dude, because that was crazy. I had no idea Kamara even went there because he played at Tennessee, so he must have transferred.
Yeah, this team was insane, and they fucking lost a game.
That's
To who?
crazy.
I think that was
I wonder,
the
I wonder who
championship
their
they lost.
quarterback was. It was probably like Greg McElroy or something.
See. In 2013?
Yeah, I don't know. Just guessing.
Where the hell is it? Poll games. Oh, this is just the team page. I'm in Wikipedia. Where's the roster page? There was a Gators team in the early 2000s that was insane too.
The Rocks team? When you play with Warren Sapp?
Oh yeah.
No.
So you want to talk about some all-time great teams though?
Yeah.
That Miami team that lost to Ohio State.
Oh yeah.
Here.
Yes.
They had some fucking.
The
studs.
06
01,
team
02?
or the 02 team?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a stacked team too. I'll pull that up in a minute. Oh yeah, so they had
Dude, that's.
They had T.J. Yeldon. I'm just going by name. Caleb Sims. Oh, A.J. McCarron was their quarterback.
It was McCarron.
Yeah, he wound up getting drafted to Cincinnati, I think.
Yeah. Man, he sucks.
Oh, yeah, so you had Alvin Kamara. You had O.J. Howard. I forgot about him. Derrick Henry. You had Yeldon. Ha Clinton Dix. Amari Cooper. And Kenyon Drake. So you had a pretty deep backfield there. You had three, I believe those are all first rounders. Yeah, I forgot Amari Cooper was in that team. He went to Was it
Oakland.
Dallas?
I have
Well,
no
he's
idea.
Oh, yeah, he
Dallas
was in
now, but
Oakland.
went to Oakland.
Yeah, he went to Oakland.
I don't follow football that much.
Dude. Yeah, some of these teams you look back and you're like, how the fuck did all these people get together?
It's recruiting, man. It's crazy. It's fucking recruiters.
Oh, here it comes.
If you should get some video of you working out at the gym right now, and I'll post it along with the podcast,
Yeah.
and we could do a picture-in-picture.
Dude, I'm pumped to post that. You posted that video of you from just 2 years ago.
Yeah, I can't believe that was that long ago.
I
Doesn't
know.
seem like it, right?
No.
I wish I still had that hat.
You don't have that? Yeah, whatever that hat.
No, I don't have the hat anymore.
Was it yours or I thought it was WC's?
I think it was WC's.
What hat?
That Budweiser
Bud
cowboy
Light
hat.
Oh, yeah, that was mine. It's in my car right now.
Where it's at.
Yeah. So I'm looking at this team right now. So they had Ken Dorsey, Willis McGahee, Jarrett Payton, Andre Johnson, Roscoe Parrish, Sonoris Moss, Kellen Winslow, Buck Ortega, Eric Winston, Brett Romberg, Andrew Williams, Jonathan Vilma, Sean Taylor, Kelly Jennings, and Antrell Roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You remember Sean Taylor, WC?
6, 7. No, he died before he was
Dude, he was a
relevant to me.
beast at safety.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah,
7,
that
8,
to me,
9,
that team is probably like the
10,
most talented
11,
that I
12,
can
13,
remember.
So they had 15 players go to the league.
Yeah.
What about what was that? Was it 2006 when they had Urban Meyer?
Florida?
Yeah,
Yeah.
trying to think. Who's
Tebow?
that? Yeah, with Tebow
Tebow, Chris Leak, Aaron Hernandez.
and Aaron Hernandez. Where the hell is? No, it wasn't 06. It was later. Kyle Wright.
Hmm.
2010. When the fuck was this?
What are you looking for?
Now I'm way too far ahead. That team with Tebow. Maybe it was earlier.
Yeah, what year did Hernandez and them go to Patriots?
It could have been anywhere from like 07 to 2010.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong fucking roster. I'm looking at the Hurricanes. I'm a dumbass.
Never gonna find him here.
I'm not even looking at the fucking Gators team. Oh my god.
Where the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, I'm like, look at it. Like, where the fuck is this team at?
Oh, my dad go in the office two
Hey.
times a week, every other week.
Talk to us, not him.
Just mix it up.
Who the fuck is
I
he
can't
talking
What
say
to?
the
enough
fuck
all day.
you
It's probably
talking to
because I
right
like
now,
to
Foot?
move out a little bit. So, yeah, what about you?
Let's turn this guy down.
Yeah? Nice.
Tim Tebow.
This
06 to 09. Here we go.
He's the only guy that calls in on a podcast to talk to other fucking people.
Yeah. Same here, dude.
He's not even
nah.
listening. Okay.
Same here, dude. You don't even like that fucking guy.
No. My team,
Who you
we
talking
haven't
to?
Played in like 2 years. Well, not 2 years.
2 years? You never played on a fucking
a year,
team.
Yeah, probably about a year now since everything started. So,
Maybe he did. I don't know. What did he?
yeah.
Oh yeah, he did.
so I think we're gonna come
Schedules,
back this spring. We'll
scores.
see. We'll see where
Oh wait, is
everything
he talking
happens.
about his flag
If it were
team?
up to me, I'd probably play by
Dude,
now.
I don't know what he's talking about.
But,
Foot.
we'll see. We'll see what happens.
You can't
Yeah,
have
going
another
down?
conversation while you're on the fucking podcast.
Shit, dude. Good luck, man.
Okay, here we go. Roster.
Ugh.
So they had Tim Tebow,
Oh, okay.
Andre Caldwell, Percy Harvin, Riley Cooper.
Hey, what are those little icons next to the names?
The NFL logo?
Is that what it is? It's kind of hard to see from the single.
Oh, yeah, that means they got drafted.
Okay.
Stephen Harris, Jermaine Cunningham,
Yeah, no, I don't hear, man.
Reggie Nelson,
Good
Brent
luck, though.
Spikes.
I'll see you
It
around.
wasn't 06. Maybe it was 07.
You'll see him
Dude,
around.
Cam Newton was his fucking backup.
Cam Newton was the backup there?
To Tim Tebow.
Wow.
They still
Should've
had
been the other
Percy
way
Harvin,
around.
Riley Cooper.
You think Tim Tebow was better than Cam Newton?
In college, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
like
he
in the pros.
transferred. Because Cam Newton didn't play there. Didn't he go to USC?
I don't know.
Auburn. Yeah.
Well, now
he,
you're back.
he
Welcome
never-
back to our
he
conversation.
never played for Florida. He wound up transferring out.
Tebow was. Who could argue Tebow was a better college quarterback?
I would say so. So, yeah, that's when they had Hernandez with him. Dude, that was a
He
stacked team. So 07.
Yeah.
That was good.
Dude, look at all 1,
I'm definitely
2,
posting
3,
that, John.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Marquise Pouncey. Holy shit.
Yeah, the brothers played for that team.
16. Carlos Dunlop. Joe Hayden.
Joe Hayden.
We got to. All right, let me see. What team had the most NFL recruits out of it?
That's a good question. I would never guess it.
NFL players drafted. Let's see. Wow, Ohio State has had 141 draft picks since 2000.
Really?
Followed by Alabama, LSU. I could have guessed that.
I thought it would probably have been like some weird school.
Like Yale.
yeah, it's Harvard. They don't row up there. They crew.
Okay, I fucking hate. Let me scroll all the way down. I just want to see the top 5. Don't give me 50.
Don't give me a whole article about shit that I don't care about.
You can stack them up here.
Oh, Buckeyes.
Look at all those Buckeyes.
Oh, wait, no. I don't want a school. I want it by team.
What are you looking up now?
I'm trying to see what college football roster had the most NFL players out of it. Like what year?
In one year?
Yeah.
Good question.
Holy shit, how many times do I gotta hit backspace?
That's a lot of times, dude.
I'll just research it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Better off that way. Stop clanging that.
College football teams with the most players.
That's your head.
Oh, in 1 year. This is what I want. Bye-bye.
Tampa Bay.
Oh, LSU.
Was it LSU?
In the same year. So, I mean, there could be a couple of years where there were crossover players. But in 1 year, LSU tied it with OSU. Yeah, they also had 14 players. They set
What year
that.
was it?
LSU, it was last year with Burrow. Ohio State set the record in 04.
Damn.
Let me see who got drafted here in this year's draft. It was Burrow.
I bet you 04 was like, you talking about the 04 team?
Yeah, wasn't that like Troy Smith's team?
No, he was like 06. That 04 would have been like AJ Hawk and Bobby Carpenter.
Oh.
Those guys. I think they were both first rounders.
AJ Hawk was a B. Oh, Ted Ginn Jr. There we go. Let's look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Troy Smith.
Was it?
Yeah, he was a junior that year. It was
Well,
him.
he didn't get drafted that year, though.
No, I think he got drafted in 07.
05 or 06?
Next year.
Because wasn't he our quarterback when we played Florida in the title game that 1 year?
Yes, he got drafted end of 06.
Yeah.
He started behind Justin Zwick. So look at this 04 year. Antonio Pittman, Santonio Holmes, Roy Hall, Bam Childress, Mike Nugent. Holy shit. Bobby Carpenter, AJ Hawk, Dante Whitner. Oh, Ashton U Booty. Ted Ginn Jr. Tony Gonzalez went to OSU.
Back in the day, I think.
I don't think that's the same. That's Anthony Gonzalez. Not the same guy.
He played for the Colts.
He did play for the Colts.
He's a congressman now.
Is he?
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that's a stacked team right there.
Yeah, I forget which district, but he represents one of our districts now.
So they had Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson, Patrick Queen, Edwards Hilaire. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Blake Ferguson, Steven Sullivan. These guys' names aren't that recognizable. I say that 04 Ohio State team's a little better. I was just telling Josh before we started, you ever watch those old Ohio State games that are on ESPN where they fast forward through all the incompletions and flags, and it's like a 45-minute game?
Once in a while, yeah.
I like the old red zone shit, man. I miss when you had that foot.
He's in the middle of a set. Let's see. I wonder if. Picks ranked. I want to see if anyone ranked. Who are the top Buckeyes to ever get drafted? Let's take a look at this list.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh, these are prospects. I mean, it sounds like a good one.
I have no idea.
I'm sure there's a lot of ones that go back. Let's see.
Did he hang up on us?
Oh, okay, so they're going by. Let's go all time instead of by year. Damn, Chase Young, Okuda, Arnett. I forgot about Nick Bosa.
Oh, yeah.
Denzel Ward?
Ohio State.
I did not know he went to Ohio State.
Dude, he went to Nordonia High School.
He did. That's what it says.
Yeah. My cousin Bryce is like 2 years older than him, and my cousin Nolan's like 2 years younger than him.
Oh, wow.
Forgot about Lattimore. Dude, I forgot. There's a lot of big names that went through here.
You just kind of forget about him.
You do forget about him. Brian
Yeah,
Rubisky.
because
Brian Hartline.
Because everyone always said, like, why don't the Browns draft more Ohio State players? And, like, he was one of the few that actually did.
Did you know Mike Nugent went to OSU?
Yeah. I remember him.
The Nuge.
Tom Tupa. No way. Let's go back to the old ones. 1950. Or I'll just do this instead of. Why are you laughing?
What?
Josh, why are you laughing?
You're like, yeah, I'm just going to do this.
Because I'm trying to find this list. This is the list I'm looking for. Okay, so fittingly, they put Archie Griffin as the number one. I'll agree with that. Chris Spielman? Oh, I forgot about Eddie George. That's fitting. I don't know who the fuck these guys are. They played in 1970, so I don't give a fuck about them. Orlando Pace. Troy Smith. He's the most recent one. He's number 9. Where do they put Elliott at?
You make a list.
A.J. Hawk. I forgot about Chris Carter. Paul Warfield? Didn't know that one. I don't know. They're putting Beanie Wells ahead of him. That might be arguable. That's what this list is putting him at.
He was good, but I don't know about that.
Dude, I don't even see him on this list. Malcolm Jenkins. Man, I forgot about all these guys.
We are a factory.
They are a factory. Charles Bentley.
That uniform. Oh, my God.
Man, they don't even have him ranked on here. I'm pulling up
Hey,
these.
if it gets too loud, man, they're running the vacuum in here. Let me know.
They're vacuuming in there?
Now it's too loud after the conversation you had, the slamming of the weights, the grunting.
Who are you talking to?
Dude, this one dude that I used to work with in sales at Progressive, and I played against him in flag football, just randomly came up to me and started talking to me.
Are you playing flag football next year?
So, like, I wasn't going to be rude and ignore him, you know?
I would have. Fuck him.
Especially when you're live with us, buddy. Who's more important? Some dude you never see or us?
So what else you want to get to, WC?
I would have chose him, too.
Well, I'll get there in a second. Right now, I'm trying to figure out who was a better player, Beanie Wells or Elliott. I'm pulling up their stats.
Doing a side-by-side?
Yeah. So, Elliott's got 14 touchdowns on him. He's got over 1,000 yards. Oh, it's not even fucking close.
He was ranked?
What, Zeke?
Yeah, and this list didn't even put Zeke in the top 50.
Yeah, that list isn't credible then.
This is on Bleacher Report.
Not credible.
So you think it would be good.
Who's the writer for this one. Whose article is this?
Dude, I don't know how you can. How do you make a top 50 list but not put Elliot in there? When was this written? Tom Bellick.
Yeah,
Oh, it was made in 2010. That's why. All right. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
It's past then. Sorry.
Still, fuck him. He should have updated this
Yeah,
shit.
update that fucking shit.
I think you take it easy today. You want to do leg curls?
Doing leg curls, foot.
Oh, yeah. Curls for the girls, man.
Okay.
Doing hamstring curls.
Hamstring curls.
Hey, when are we going for breakfast for the sandwiches?
Up to you guys.
Oh, this is what we were going to talk to before we got cut off last week. You said you had something to say about the Indians, Foot.
Yeah, because there's people who are actually being like Dolan apologists and defending the fact that the guy fucking doesn't spend any money.
Oh, okay. Who are these people?
It's just random fucking trolls on Twitter.
Oh.
You know, no one name worthy, but like,
So
it's just so frustrating.
What side are you on?
I'm on the side of you're in a sport that has no salary cap. If you can't spend money, you shouldn't be an owner in the sport.
I also agree with that.
It's you know, I mean, like, it's one thing if you're playing in, like, you know, if you're an owner in the NFL, you got a salary cap.
Yep.
You know what you can do. And then in baseball, I mean, I'm not saying you have to spend out like your ass to compete, but like you can't continually give away your best players because you can't pay them.
Yeah. Well, I
And
think
get these.
they can pay them. The Dolans have the money. They just don't want to.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Or, you know, they claim they can't, but you know what I mean? Like, and then you know, it's on. They get these shitty guys back. Like, they get prospects you've never heard of.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? It's like maybe they do hit on a couple of the prospects and they're actually good, maybe even all-stars. Well, guess what's going to happen? 4 to 5 years down the road, they're going to become they're going to price themselves out and they're going to be free agents and we can't pay them.
Oh, my God.
What?
So I had a guess for their payroll. I was way off. Take a guess at what the Indians' 2021 payroll is right now.
30 million.
What?
Maybe 21 or 30. I can't remember.
$23 million. That is nothing.
Embarrassing.
That is embarrassing.
Our third highest payer is Austin Hedges. Do you know who that is?
I had never heard of him, but he's making $3 million.
Yeah, exactly.
You got J-Ram taking up 50% of it at $9 million.
It's straight up embarrassing, dude.
Wow.
Mike Trout makes more money than our whole team.
If I had to make a guess, I would have said $120 million.
That's what it was a couple years ago.
Boy, was I way off.
Go and look. Every year since we were in the World Series, we've lowered our payroll.
Okay, let's go back to 2020.
Might be why we never win.
Wow. In 2020, they were at 40. 2019, they were at 107. 2018, if it updates, 143. See, look, you were, 2017.
That's going to be the biggest one.
I got to
We
log
signed
in.
Edwin. I think it topped out at like 150
Oh, well,
at that time.
I used up all my clicks on this fucking website.
What?
I can't go back. I only had 5 clicks.
Well, let me save our 5 listeners the spare of going to look. It was like 150.
Dude, that blows my mind. Like, I stopped being an Indian. Dude, Lindor was only making $600,000
Wow.
in 18.
Yeah. And then it went to like 10 million and then like 17. He would have made like 20 something in arbitration this year, 21.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And they were paying Carlos Carrasco $8 million to sit on the fucking bench.
Well, I don't care about that, man. The guy had cancer and he beat it. So like
I don't think you need that much money for cancer.
I mean, the guy's been on our team for 10 years. I mean, you gotta do a solid by him. Plus, he was good too.
Yeah, you're right. So Encarnacion got almost 19 mil. But yeah, so you look at this total, what it would take to make a World Series class team. It's in the ballpark of 150 million.
Right, which is not
which
outrageous.
makes sense because you had
Yeah.
between Boston and when New York was super hot in the 2000s, they were spending over $200 million. Remember?
What's
Right.
the team to spend the least amount of money to win a World Series?
So like I said before on the podcast, I stopped being an Indians fan when Dolan came out and said he doesn't care about World Series. He just cares about if he wins the division. And I think that was in 2018 he made that statement.
Yeah.
And now that they're doing the name change, I think you're going to piss off even more people.
I'm not a fan anymore.
No, I stopped being a fan. It's like
Even though
it's the same premise I have for not supporting the Browns is you don't support mediocrity and you have to set the bar high because otherwise ownership is never going to get the memo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess to me, I have differing opinions. Like baseball, I 100% agree with it. But like in other sports, I'm willing to be more open to trying to rebuild a team and do it in a way you think is going to work.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like there's just no excuse for what they're doing.
Yeah, there's no
with the Indians.
You could just look at if you pulled up a graph, it just plummets.
Mm-hmm.
So they have the money to pay for a team. It's they don't want to pay for it is what it comes down to.
It's because they operate their franchise like they're running a business.
Exactly. And that's why they'll never sell.
And you can't do that.
Yep.
Not if you want to win.
So they make enough money to make profits, but not enough to do anything about it. And that's why it pisses me off that people still support this shit.
Well, I mean, very few. Our attendance sucks for a good reason, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's pull up. What did you want to pull up, Josh?
I just want to know what the which team spent the least amount of money to win a World Series.
It is this year?
No, of all time. Let's see. The 03 Marlins. Let's see. Oh my god,
What is this shit?
I hate these pop-ups. You got to subscribe to everything now.
Yeah.
Allow ads. How about that?
I don't want to subscribe.
I got to disable ad blocker. Oh my god.
It's not that important. We know who it is.
Well, now I can search Marlins payroll. I'll just Google that. Go fuck yourself. 47 million.
That's
wow.
it?
That's pretty good.
Wow.
What's that? From the Marlins?
Yeah, the 03 Marlins won the World Series with the cheapest payroll. And they were the only first team to do it since like 1918. So that's a.
Yeah, so either way, that's my whole thing.
But yeah,
there's people that are defending it. And I'm just like it just blows my mind.
And the Indians have a fantastic farm system
front office.
And then they bring these great prospects up. They trade them away for guys who are far past their prime, just so they can pay them shit. But they know they're a big name, and then they'll sell jerseys and shit.
That's
They
true.
don't even do that anymore.
What?
So they don't even do that.
Yeah, they don't. Like who did they let? Well, they just pretty much let Lindor go, but.
Yeah, they traded Lindor. They traded Carrasco. They
And
traded Kluber.
And who did they get for
last
it?
year.
A bunch of nobodies.
Well, yeah, no, this trade, yeah, they got nobody.
They got nobody.
They got really nobody. The Kluber trade, we at least got that Emmanuel Clase, who got an 80-game suspension last year, but he throws like 100 miles an hour.
That ain't bad.
And he's like 22 years old, so he might be a good arm in the bullpen, but
yeah,
that's about it.
How much?
We got Delino to Shields after that. Also, he sucks.
I wonder if this got released yet. How much do you think Lindor is going to get from the Mets?
$300 million.
That's what I'm thinking. I think he's
300 million. You think?
8 years.
Yeah, I think he totally deserves the 300 mil.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
I mean, between him and Mookie Betts, they're the best shortstops in baseball. And the fact that that Cleveland wasted 5 years of his career in his prime.
That's bad. That's too bad.
If I was him, I'd be shitting all over him.
Yeah, and he wanted to be here too.
He wanted to be here. That's the worst part. I mean, I remember going to see him when he was in the Captains.
Yeah. And it was rumored like in 2017 that we offered him a I think it was like 7-year, $100 million extension.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Which was nothing.
Yeah.
And then apparently he's looking for 300, and we offered him 200. I don't believe we ever seriously offered him.
I don't think you're gonna. Francis. Oh, here we go. Right on Bleacher Report. Now that you say it, allegedly they offered him a contract worth more than 200 mil. Let's see.
Which I don't believe for a second. I think that's a face-saving article for the Indians.
So the move means Cleveland currently has the lowest payroll in the league at 22 million. So you're telling me they have their whole payroll is 22 mil, but they were willing to spend 200 mil on one guy?
That's so much money.
The numbers don't add up on that.
Not a chance.
Mm-mm.
Are they forgetting numbers in there?
Dude, in the middle of his fucking prime. What a joke. Where do you stand on the name change?
Where do you stand?
I say it's bullshit.
It is.
I don't think there's any grounds for it.
I'm not a fan anymore because even though I'm wearing one today.
Because I mean, you could make as much as I didn't like the Redskins name change, you could make an argument because technically it's a racial slur because you're calling someone based on how they look.
Right.
So I understand that one as much as I didn't agree with it.
Yeah.
But like the Indians were named after a player, and it was out of an honor.
Yeah.
So like that's my reason behind it. Like it's not a slur. Like I understand you had to change Chief Yahoo because he basically had blackface for 40 years. So I understand changing the logo to like a more modern Chief Yahoo, and even the people who wanted to get rid of him, so it's a block C, sure. As much as I don't like that.
But you could have added like a feather or something Indian related.
Yeah, something related to it.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're just getting rid of the name for the 12 people that show up on opening day, but never show up at any other fucking game.
But you know what else is annoying too, and this goes back to the Dolans and ownership, is it could have easily been prevented.
It could have.
All they had to do, like let's say 20 years ago, sometime in the 90s, they could have like talked to these people, you know, the Indians, and gotten them involved in some way. Do more like community outreach with them.
Yeah.
And get them to at least be on board. Because I think that's part of the reason that they really didn't like it is because the Indians continued to just like ignore them basically and never really like embraced.
Well, I think they had the chance to change the name when Dolan's bought in like, was it 95, 96?
Yeah.
And then they chose not to, and then they just, like you said, they just kind of said, go fuck yourself.
They could have easily done something to make it so that they never had to. But Dolans suck, and here we are.
Yeah. Let me see when they bought the team.
Mean, it just sucks. It just sucks because, like...
And not only that, like we were talking about how they ruined the prime years of Lindor.
Yeah.
How about they're ruining, what's his name? The GM. Tito.
Yeah.
One of the best GMs in baseball. Just wasting his time.
You mean managers?
Yeah, you know what I mean. You got Antonetti up in the front office, wasting his time.
Dude, I'm surprised. Well, not Antonetti, but Chernoff, who's I think Antonetti's the president now, and Chernoff's the GM.
Yeah.
He had a chance to go be the head man for the Mets, and he turned it down.
Really?
I was surprised. Yeah.
Let me see.
This was like a month or two ago.
So I'm on their wiki. So the team Indians name originated from a request by the owner. It was for the Cleveland Naps. So they named it after Nap LaJoy, another player. And then they named it after Louis Sockalexis, a Native American playing for the team. So if he was okay and when they named the team after him, like being an actual Native American, I don't think you have a leg to stand on.
Yeah, it just sucks because, like, I mean, you guys know my politics, but even I think something like this is ridiculous. And cancel culture is ridiculous.
It is.
It's really a problem.
So in 2019, they got the Yahoo logo off the actual uniform.
Right.
Let's see. Trying to see when the Dolans bought. But yeah, it's just stupid.
you're just going to cost yourself more and more fans. I mean, this is a vocal minority move.
It is. And that's the thing about it. Like, I could understand if you had massive groups of people. Like, there's multiple arguments to be made for getting rid of it, and none of them hold water. Like I said, it's not a slur. You're not making fun of a group of people or a race. It's also not like if you had people, let's say you travel to fucking Texas where there's a large group of native territories down there. Like, they don't protest on road games. They don't protest home games. The only time you see them is opening day when they get the most media coverage. You see a couple people with signs, and you never see them again.
Yeah.
Like, if you cared that much, stay committed to your cause. Don't show up one day a year.
Typical protesters.
Right.
Did you know there's an Ohio Cup trophy?
Really?
Is it an actual trophy?
Yeah. It's huge. It's between the Reds and the Indians.
What do they do when they tie? Because I'm pretty sure like we each won 2 games this year.
Sack race.
Let's see. So it was the Ohio Cup trophy. It was introduced in 1997. Blah, blah, blah. With the exception of 02. So it goes to whoever leads the overall series. So right now the Indians lead the series 66-51.
Oh, so we're gonna hold on to that.
Yeah.
So are they still going to do
Not
the
that it matters.
162 game season?
Yeah, there was something on that today. Actually, they said they're gonna do 162. They're gonna let fans in. They just have to socially distance and wear masks.
How unfortunate.
Well, hopefully they won't
what's
have
funny?
fans to fill the stands.
I was gonna say, you know what's funny? If they're gonna have the same amount of fans whether we have the rules like that or not.
You're probably not wrong.
Social distancing is not going to be a problem.
Like,
I mean,
that's honestly gonna save us.
I mean,
We're gonna embarrass them.
I remember when those days when the team was competitive, like you could go on Dollar Dog Night, you get those $10 bleacher seats or the standing room seats
Yeah, that was fun.
for like $15. You drive down there, you stand there, you have a couple of beers, and it's like an affordable night out.
Dude, me and Josh are old enough to remember when they had the consecutive sellout streak. That was awesome.
Yeah. That was
I
pretty
used
good.
to go to those, man.
Yeah, now it's $8 for a shandy, $6 for a hot dog.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, it's not even like family friendly prices anymore.
No,
You
it's
take
shit.
your husband, a wife, and your 2 kids. You're spending $500 on a night between tickets and shit you're buying there.
Yeah.
Did you see Julio and Ryan are on the trading block?
No.
Julio
Yeah.
Jones?
Yeah,
Well, I know they got a new owner, or not a new GM coming in,
yeah.
and a new coach. So
I think
shit.
that would be a good pickup for the Patriots if they can get Matt Ryan on a small deal.
Yeah.
Kind of like how the Colts did to what's his nuts, Philip Rivers.
Apparently they want him back for him, right?
That's what they said, but I guess he already took that job coaching a high school team for some reason.
Is he retiring for sure?
He hasn't made an announcement, but that was going all through the season. That was the word that he already accepted the job and he didn't want to play. But I mean, I guess if they throw enough money at him, he's got enough kids. He's got to feed.
Yeah. He started a whole offense.
Yeah.
Joining me on the show? Yeah.
Let's see. Encarnacion's a free agent?
On the show?
Dude's not even playing anymore.
Okay. Go on. What do you mean he's not playing no more?
I guess he's been in the league for 14 years.
Oh, damn.
I didn't know that.
Where did he go after us?
The Yankees, the Rays,
We traded him, yeah.
Seattle. Now he was on the White Sox for a hot minute. Oh, he was on the Reds for the longest time. That's why. Oh, he was in the league in 2000.
We traded him in that deal that got us like Jake Bowers.
Yeah.
It was like a three-way with Tampa and Seattle.
And he was okay for a minute.
Yeah, he played decent for us.
But I mean that was a good trade that they made.
Who, us or them?
Us.
Well, when we picked him up or when we got rid of him?
We picked him up.
We signed him.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't trade for him. We actually signed him. That was our biggest free agent signing ever.
Brandon Geyer. Let's see. That guy don't play no more.
It was like 3 years, $16 million, and that was the biggest like free agent contract we'd ever made.
And look what it got us.
A loss to the Yankees.
A loss to the Yankees.
Divisional series. Hey, that Lindor home run, though, was probably the best thing he ever did. That grand slam.
When?
Against the Yankees.
I don't remember.
In that series that we lost. That sucks because that game put us up 2 games to none, then we lost 2 in a row.
I was watching they had Game 7 on yesterday. I was watching it for a minute.
Yeah.
And then it was on in the 7th inning, so I was watching it for a minute, and then once old boy hit that 2-run homer, that's when I turned it off. Yep. I was like, all right, that's all the good memories I needed.
Just relive the dog pile.
Yep, relive the dog pile. That's what I was thinking of. I was going to text you. I forgot.
Hey.
Are you doing the leg press?
Dude.
No.
Or the ab coaster?
Killing me over here.
I'm doing the glute.
Is that the kickback machine?
The kickback machine.
Sounds like the kickback machine. Where are we at? We're at an hour. You got anything good, Josh?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the Twitter thing.
Oh, yeah, we didn't get to the Twitter thing. All right, we'll finish up with that.
Foot is killing me.
Yeah, you could lead it off. I wasn't paying attention. Tell us, Josh.
He's distracting the fuck out of me.
I thought the salt lamp would help. It didn't. I got pasta on my mind.
Anything else?
Josh wants to bring up this Twitter thing.
Okay.
Tell him, Josh.
What do you think about it, Foot? The whole banning of Trump. What? What the fucking Twitter been on the news?
Yeah, I told you earlier. You know, censoring is always going to come back to bite everyone in the ass that wants it. So.
Yeah, when Josh sent me that screenshot, just to give a preface for the people who aren't paying attention. So Trump got banned on Twitter, and then it was a official Twitter account came out saying that they want free internet.
Yeah, the open internet thing, and
because of the Ugandan election or something.
Because they got shut down by the government, so they think it's a basic human right now.
Yeah.
But they didn't feel that way when Trump got banned.
Which I think
wasn't a human right then.
Which kind of follows the whole left's narrative of here's the line, and we're going to keep moving it to fit our policies. But then when it hurts us, we're going to say, fuck it.
Yeah, it's really weird because honestly, it's like a big dividing issue on the left. Because there's some who are smart who understand that it will come back to bite them, and there's others that are just like, oh my God, Trump's Hitler, and you can't do that, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Like, if you want, like, take your opinion aside, like, just no matter how you feel about Trump, like what he tweeted and what he said, it can be argued that helped encourage the attack, or the raid on the Capitol. So
yeah.
What were his last tweets that got him banned?
What's that?
What were the tweets that got him banned?
The people that got him banned?
The tweets that got him banned. What were they?
I don't know specifically which ones.
I didn't see. Well, here's my thing about it. I was talking to somebody about it the other day. Like, he never encouraged violence or said anything along those lines. And there's, people are pulling clips up on, like, Instagram or whatever.
He's smart about it.
He
never specifically said, like, go do this or go do that. He just gave them hints and pointed them in the right direction.
He basically said, like, we're just marching down Pennsylvania Avenue. And personally, I don't think he's smart enough to do something like that, because I think he just cares about image. And I think he wanted to go out on, like, a parade, like a Let's Go Trump parade, and then he'll leave office with all those people in the street, and then he'll make him look loved like a king walking through the streets. I think he's just too smart to incite a riot. Hurts him more than it helps him, whether it's in business or politics.
Yeah.
I just think he was an idiot about it, and his ego looked past this might be a possibility of happening. So I'm not denying that.
I don't think it was his ego that looked past it. I think he knew, he was smart enough to understand what could potentially happen, and he specifically didn't say directly like, "Hey, go do this, go do that." But when he has Giuliani out there saying, "Let's do trial by combat," and he has Trump Jr. out here telling people to get crazy and whatever the hell he said, like, what a riled up, angry crowd who thinks the election was legitimately stolen from them.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out what's going to happen next.
Well, that was
to march to the Capitol.
That was my whole thing behind it, because it was what was I saying? Well, we said this on the last podcast with me and Josh were talking about it. Like, it only takes one person to start, the whole mob mentality, regardless of what your reason for protesting.
And if you look on, there was posts on Parler and different websites that had like, hey, here's the date, here's the time, like, here's what we're planning on doing. So there were those people already there who had an idea of what they wanted to do, and then you combine that with just pissed off people in general who think, again, the election's stolen. Yeah. And then and then it's just everything mixed together and like Trump might be dumb, or he might be naive, but he wasn't stupid about it. Like, he had a pretty good idea what could happen.
Yeah, I think he fully knew what the possibilities were, but he didn't do anything clear enough to say, hey, if it comes to this, don't do it.
And then when shit did hit the fan, it took him a long time to actually make a video, tweet out, call off the dogs, and that's part of why the question is still getting him out of office.
Yeah.
Now, do you think maybe it took him so long because they were raiding the Capitol? Maybe he was getting a lot of information and he was delayed putting the videos out.
I saw a video, Josh. I saw a video of him, and it was right at the time after he'd already spoken. He was in a tent, and he was with Trump Jr. and all of his advisors, and they were watching what was going down.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. No.
See, now another thing that I was kind of thinking about was Twitter wanting to ban Parler. Do you think it's actually because of Trump? Or do you think that...
I think it's a money thing.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe...
Because there's no ads on Parler either.
Trump's going to take a huge amount of his followers over to Parler, and that's going to fuck up their ads, their revenue and stuff.
That's why I think you have Google, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all of them are getting together and saying, hey, we don't need Parler taking a cut of our money.
Exactly.
I think that's why they're trying to do it. I don't think they give a fuck about what people are saying.
Yeah.
There's definitely financial reasons behind it, for sure.
Like that screenshot that you sent us today in the group chat.
Which one?
The one about the dude talking about how he hopes these people die and their babies get killed and all that horrendous shit he was saying.
Yeah.
Now, like I said before, I don't agree with what he said, but I agree with his right to say it.
Yeah.
And I think the First and Second Amendments are two things that you can't have any type of regulation on, because it's that slippery slope where over time you're going to have small things taken away, and then one day you're just going to look back and say, holy shit, what happened?
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. I just don't know, it's there's a very thin line of what you can't, how you can police it if you can at all, because the only kind of defense you could have about any of this in terms of censoring is at what point do you and this is just an internet problem in general, but at what point do you look at something being put out there with dates, plans, and direction to incite violence on not just political leaders, but really anyone?
Yeah.
At what point do you say hey, we don't want to violate free speech, but we also don't want to we can't willingly know that, or you know something's going to happen and you do nothing to stop it and people die.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And I think that like it's just one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't. But you're probably right though, because I don't know, man. It's
Well,
like you can't go into a movie theater and yell, "Hey, fire!"
Yeah.
There's a fire, that kind of thing. It's like
Yeah.
it's free speech, but at the same time, you can't do that. I don't know how to explain it.
Well, I know. No, I know exactly what you're saying because I was gonna come in with this argument before we started the podcast, and my thing behind it is everybody knows the government spies on them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if there's enough trending of an event with dates and times, that's it's out in the open, it's public, and people are dumb enough to do it. I don't think it's Parler's thing. I think it's then on the government to say, hey, there's 15,000 people hashtagging this shit. Let's put some people in place to prevent it. Worst case scenario, something happens, we're there to prevent it. And if it doesn't, it's just, some wasted man hours.
Yeah,
you're 100% right.
So I don't think it's on Parler. I think it's on
our government agencies who did basically next to nothing to prevent it from happening.
Yeah, because they're the ones who they're already monitoring it. So you had a plan that you could have put in place to prevent it.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, our government since the Obama administration has gotten more spying power.
Yep.
And we've done nothing to stop that, and it's only getting worse. And I really believe there's people inside the government who actually didn't mind this happening because of whether they were loyal to Trump or whether they wanted to expose like the flaws of our, whether it's maybe Capitol Police or just flaws of the government in general to be able to protect an area that should be always protected.
No, well, I'm like I said before, in a way, I'm kind of glad it happened because it kind of proved a lot of points. Of one, like you said, why the fuck wasn't there more security or something in place to prevent that? Like they all knew that it was happening.
Yeah.
Where was your backup?
And it took forever it felt like forever to get people up there to help.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, I think you said this the other day, it's going to be one of those type of deals like it was in Vegas, the Vegas shooting.
Yep.
Where the information just doesn't add up.
It doesn't add up.
Some things come out later, but I think you're going to find it's a combination of those two things, like people that whether it's just police or within the government who either support Trump and literally believe the election was stolen, or they wanted to expose the fact that our government is corrupt and that this kind of thing can happen, and they let it happen, basically.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. I can see both sides of that happening.
And you could probably have both, and then you really have a problem.
Because I do not put it past the government to allow things to happen to prove a point. I mean, it's been proven that they've done shit like that.
Fucking 9/11, dude.
9/11. I didn't want to, start the whole conspiracy
we're not going to
theory
go down
thing.
the rabbit hole. We're not, let's not go there. But to me, that's a perfect example.
But there's a lot of there's a big track record of them allowing tragedy for their own
cause.
Yeah, I guess
for whatever agenda.
Whatever agenda that they're pushing. Yeah.
We want to go to war in Iraq to get oil.
Yeah.
Well, here you go.
Not only that, but after 9/11 is when you got the Patriot Act.
Yep.
And that was the biggest gain of anything, was all the knowledge of what your people are doing.
Yeah.
That information is priceless.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And who knows what the fuck they're doing with it?
Yeah, they spend billions.
I will
of
say
dollars
this though.
on it. They use
the one thing that to me at least, the one thing about the whole thing that's going to be devastating for our country and then in general for people who like Trump and were just legitimately just they like Trump and they're not hardcore. It's like there's no way in hell he's going to be able to run again.
No. I don't think he would ever want to.
Honestly, legitimately, from what I saw, what I read, and what I heard, I think he was absolutely planning on running again. I think he was even going to announce it during the inauguration for Biden, just to be petty. But I really think that he wanted to run again, and the polling numbers show that there's nobody that could touch him if he wanted to run again. So I absolutely Trump has enough of an ego, to where I think he absolutely would do it again. And I'm glad he's not. I'm glad if there's, again, a good thing that comes out of this is that the Democrats aren't going to be like, oh well, we can't do anything that's going to help people because Trump. Trump's coming. We gotta protect Trump, because that was the whole thing.
Yeah.
The whole entire time, this last 4 years, we're like, hey, we need to get Trump out of office, so you can't criticize the corrupt shit that we're doing.
Yeah.
And that, you know what I mean? Now that's coming to an end, because legitimately they have the Senate with the tiebreaker.
Yep.
And they have all the power to legitimately improve people's lives. We'll see if they do it. And if they don't, you're gonna get voted the fuck out real quick, just like in 2008.
But I don't think I really don't think they're gonna do anything. I mean, they had, like you said, they had it in 2008. They did nothing, and then people thought shit was gonna happen when the Republicans had it in 2016. They had the Senate, the House, and the presidency. And they did nothing for 4 years.
The only difference here, John, is the fact that we are in a depression, and we are in a pandemic. Like, our economy is literally in the tank. This is like the Great Depression and the recession of 2008 combined, on top of a virus that's killed, how many people? 350,000 now.
20,000.
Do you know how many people survived?
You know what I mean? But like
13 million.
So I think that's the difference, and like.
Recovered from
the fact that we're at this point now.
You know how many people had it?
If
20
they
million.
can't do anything about it, I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have no choice. Like, you have to help people so they can pay the bills. Like, literally.
Like
survive.
Bernie said.
Well,
right?
I'll tell you a perfect example of me having no faith in them is the last stimulus bill.
Yeah, they sold us out. They showed the true colors.
And it was both sides. It wasn't, I'm not saying it was one or the other. It was both sides. They cared more about their own fucking agendas than they did the people. And I think that's a clear-cut sign of they're not doing shit for us for 4 years.
They ain't doing it, and they ain't going to do it in 2 years.
There's very few people who are, and I think you made it a point to say it on your last podcast before I came on. There was very few people in government who are pushing for help for people.
Yeah.
Bernie.
And Bernie was the reason why we're still talking about $2,000 checks right now is because of Bernie.
And that's one thing I can give to him. Like I said before, I never liked any of his policies, but I can respect a man who believes in what he believes, and he shows it. For the past 40 years, he never flip-flopped on anything. Yeah, and I can respect you for that.
And the thing I always go back to is that everything he fights for will actually, like, materially make your life better.
Yeah.
And, like, if it actually goes through, you'll see it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I can't, like, the people that, like, want to dog him and say socialism is bad. It's like, dude, if he actually got his agenda through, your life would be made better. It's kind of hard to argue against someone when you're getting money in your pocket, or you're getting your student loan debt erased, or you can actually go to the hospital and get taken care of and don't have to come out the ass for it.
You know who argues that socialism is bad, right, Foot?
Every Republican on earth? I don't know.
Corporations.
And corporations too.
It's only cool if they're getting socialism.
Well, that's
they
what
convince
it is.
you.
They get the socialism.
Yeah, they did the biggest smear campaign ever, and convinced people that socialism is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I mean, and then that just goes back to the media. That's who the media works for, and that's what the message they put out.
What about our boy Kyle murdering it today?
Yeah.
Did you see that video?
Which one?
The one that he posted about Republicans not getting any money for the treason caucus or whatever it was called.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. How's that calling them out like that? I like that.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I'm just hoping that like at the end of the day, I just want people to be better, and like our government needs to work for us.
Yep.
So.
Shit, what's his name? Tim Kennedy. Do you follow him on Instagram?
No, I don't.
He's a Army Ranger. He was on that show Hunting Hitler.
Yeah.
So he made a post talking about, like, regardless of what your views are, like, the person on the other side of what you're fighting against is still an American. And he made a whole like post about it. And it's like, at the end of the day, you got to sit there and think, like, what's really important, And I think that's really what it comes down to is, can we set aside our arguments to just agree to live in peace for a certain amount of time?
Yeah.
And I think a large majority of people aren't willing to do that.
Oh, no.
And it goes back to the media that literally thrives off dividing us.
Yep, and that's why I'm all for, like I said, I mean, we're kind of hypocrites because we're on social media, like, for the podcast. But everyone I talk to, I tell, just get off social media.
Yeah.
Because half the shit that you see, like if you go on a Twitter thread and you see a dozen people screaming at each other and calling each other names, if they were like in person, they either A, wouldn't say that shit, or B,
Right.
like they would have a different way of wording it to where everyone could sit down and understand each other's points, like kind of how we do.
You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
social media could be the greatest tool mankind has ever made
I think it's
for
hurt more than it's
communication,
helped.
but we
Yeah, I
use
was
it
gonna
in
say,
such a
I
poor
would
way that it just
I
we
will- I
ruined
forget who
everything
said
about it.
I forget who said it, but someone recently, might have been Kyle, might have been someone else, but someone said recently that like social media is one of the worst things to ever happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, actually, it was I was listening to Bull and Fox earlier, and Ross Tucker was on. I think I was telling you about this earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the points he made was like, man, I'd love to just like say something like just like tell a bunch of Cleveland fans to rent a bus and go up to Pittsburgh and drive around and just drink and have a good time and like just rub it in their faces and stuff. But like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't do that because then people are gonna say I'm inciting drinking and driving. That it's like
Yeah.
just things like that, man. You can't live the way that these guys used to live in like the 80s and the 90s. And it's like I really do wish we could go back to pre-social media. I think life would be a lot better.
You know what
Mhm.
really helped or kill that was lawsuits. Nobody wants to be responsible for their own
Yeah,
actions.
we are in a very litigious society. I think that's hurt a lot more than it's helped either. Also,
It's a combination of both.
you got the people.
I mean, I don't know, it's you're right. People are way more in the know now than they used to be, which is a good and a bad thing. Like you can,
Yeah.
for example, politics. I think people are now starting to catch on. Like the pandemic took the mask off everything. Like you can see
I like
who's
that.
corrupt.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that's good.
Like
Who'd
who's
you hear
corrupt
that
and
from?
who's-
Kyle say that?
No, I mean that's literally what I've seen.
Oh.
Like it's just a way of
It's a good choice of words.
Because you know what I mean. Like for example, Joe Manchin, he's a West Virginia Democrat, and he's opposed to $2,000 checks in the second poorest state in the country.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Like, how big of a piece of shit do you got to be to say, nah, the people who haven't had a job in a year and a half, they don't need extra money.
Yeah.
Like, it's not
And
coming out of your pocket, dude. It's
Yeah,
coming out of the
it's-
taxpayer's docket.
It's our money.
So you shouldn't give a fuck
Right.
who. Like, it's not your money, so why do you care if it's coming out of a group of people and then they're just paying it right back to themselves?
It's like when they take
We
away
all pay
Social
taxes.
Yeah.
Security. That's
Think about
our
like
money.
this. Think about the 2K checks as literally just a tax break. You give tax breaks to corporations and the wealthy all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this is a tax break for us.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't donate enough.
And you can't
But no,
shut down an entire economy without a backup plan. Like, I'm all for, like, you wanted to shut it down and keep everybody home to quarantine and all this and that to keep
and
everyone
pay
safe.
people to do it.
Yeah, but pay people to
stay
do it.
home. Like every other country in the world basically
Yeah.
figured out a way to nationalize their wages and pay people 70 to 80% of their pay
Yep.
while keeping them on payroll. The government pays the businesses to keep people employed. People stay home.
Yeah.
They don't spread the disease. It's not hard. It ain't hard.
And I'll be the
But
first
you gotta-
person to vote against giving money to the people, like on a regular, in a normal basis. But the
Yeah.
fact that you chose to shut things down, like now people didn't have a choice of going to work or not. You gave them the choice of, hey, you're not earning a living, so now you're responsible for paying.
Either
for those people.
survive
Yeah.
or get the virus.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the choice. A lot of people like think about these people that had to work in like meat packing plants and shit.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that was a super spreader. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And like, it's just, and they're just trying to keep our country afloat by giving us food. It's like
it would have worked if you literally just shut down everything except the necessities, like let's say law enforcement and utility companies. Like
and I would say like grocery stores. You
Yeah,
have to
grocery
be
stores.
grocery. And if anything, make it as like maybe even make it a few days a week or something. You know, like
I mean, you could have done it for, let's say, a month, and it
Yeah.
probably would have been eradicated. I mean, I think you would have had more people like on your side to just say, hey, this is for you. We're going to subsidize your income. And
Yeah.
then, so that way you don't have the people worrying about having to go to work. You're not going to have the people partying in Florida on spring break.
right.
Like, you should just cancel everything for a month, and then everyone would have stayed home and listened to what you had to say. But because they had to show their true colors of, this is my agenda, and we really don't give a fuck,
Yeah. And like I said, say what you want about Trump, but like he did not help. He just did not. His
Well,
approach.
in the beginning, he wanted to. with the whole border closing thing, and then when he saw he didn't get any help from anybody, then he just said,
But
"Fuck it."
Didn't Biden
I'm
call him a
pretty sure.
xenophobe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm pretty sure by the time, because he had the Bob Woodward tapes that came out, I'm pretty sure he was late on that. Like he closed it down, which is
Yeah.
right. He waited like a month too long to do it.
Yeah, that's
Didn't
true.
he close it down in January?
You know,
He closed it on in January, and then he reopened it, and then he closed it back down.
which
Upcoming,
if you look back, honestly, it's been traced back. The virus could have been here in late November, early December.
Well, yeah, that's what they were saying. Is it
Yeah.
kind of originated in like August in China, and they just didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
So which doesn't help matters.
So
All right, guys. Hey, listen, I gotta jump off here.
All right, man.
All right, later, Foot.
We'll do it. Let me know when you want to do it again.
Okay.
All right.
All right, later, dude.
Later.
All right. There was one other thing I wanted to say about that before we end.
Oh yeah.
I forget what I was gonna say.
Well, until you remember it, even if that virus did come around before then, that is in no way Trump's fault at all.
No, it's not.
How
Oh
they
yeah,
gonna
that's what I was gonna say.
How are they going to justify shutting down the country if 2 people in this state have it,
Mhm.
1 person in that state has it?
Because no one really knew
Yeah.
what it was, or how bad it was or could have been, and then like the whole thing about masks still don't work, but we're still doing it.
Yeah.
And then
California-
Fauci came out and said he lied to the people.
I can't believe that.
So it's like there's just shit like we said before. There's shit that doesn't add up. You got a vaccine, but you still got to wear a mask, which the CDC and the World Health Organization came out and said masks don't do anything unless you got the N95s, which
No one does.
I would say 1% of the population has.
Look, if I could use a cut-up T-shirt and it's fine,
You think that's stopping a virus?
no, because
It would have been gone by now.
yeah, there's no way you're gonna tell me. I don't want to carry on with it too much longer.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But there's no way you're gonna tell me that if all these doctors are wearing hazmat suits, that my T-shirt mask is helping me.
Yeah, they're wearing double suits.
Yeah.
They're wearing 3 masks, a face shield. So what does that tell you?
A
If
respirator. You're gonna tell me
they thought it was that bad to where they needed to wear that much shit, but
Yeah.
you're telling me a bandana with an open bottom
I'm perfectly
is going to do
fine.
something. Yeah,
Don't have to wear gloves.
Get the
none of
fuck
that
outta
shit.
here.
It's stupid.
it is
But,
stupid.
Yeah, we could wrap it up, Johnny. I'm getting hungry too.
All right, I'm hungry. I was going to say one more thing.
Like, subscribe, and share.
Oh, well, that too. Shit. We get on a roll, and then I have all
Yeah,
these
I know.
things points I want to make, but whatever. We exceeded our 15-minute politics talk anyway.
We'll bring it up next time.
We're at like 20 minutes. Yeah.
All right.
Any shout-outs you want to give?
Absolutely not. None of
Okay.
the fucking people get back to us. Some people want to fucking big league us. That's
Not-
okay.
Not naming names.
I
but-
wish I was a big band in a local,
Oh, jeez, Josh.
town.
Oh, jeez, you're gonna get us in trouble.
It's the last time I ever reach out to Godsmack.
I'm They're from Boston.
Yeah, I know, and they
Oh.
fucking big leagued us. So fuck y'all.
All right,
All right,
we'll be back next week.
later.
What the fuck, Josh?
Fuck that guy.